We continue to follow breaking news. Ariel Castro made another appearance in court this morning and pleaded not guilty to holding 3 women captive in his home for a decade. The 52-year-old Castro was arraigned on more than 300 counts of rape and kidnapping. He remains in jail on $8 million bond. This is a case that continues to hold international attention, and one local man who's studying this story very closely is criminal defense attorney Ron Fry. He also teaches forensics and criminal law at Ursuline College, and we welcome him to the broadcast set today. Thank you so much, Attorney Fry, for being with us.
Thank you.
Very quick court appearance today for Castro. What do you make of that?
Yeah, the arraignment went as expected. The entire arraignment process takes about a minute, and today that's exactly what happened. He was assigned a judge to handle the case throughout, Judge Michael Russo. And Judge Russo is a very thorough judge, and I expect that this case will be handled appropriately in that courtroom without issue. His next pretrial, or his first pretrial, is now set for June 19th. And that is the first opportunity for the defense lawyers to get really all of the evidence. They'll be filing motions in the meantime, and at the pretrial they'll be meeting with the prosecutors, discussing the case, any outstanding issues that might be need to be addressed, and any evidence that's outstanding they'll discuss as well.
You heard his defense attorney today. He seemed to be kind of opening the door for possibly a plea deal, that they might accept a plea deal because prosecution is holding that death penalty over Castro's head.
Right. I think it's clear that the leverage from the prosecution standpoint is the fact that they've only indicted up to 2007 so far. So 329 counts up to 2007. They're continuing their investigation. Additional counts could be brought, including specifications for the death penalty. The defense lawyers today kind of broadcast, I think, some of their intentions as to possible resolution. They certainly indicated that some of the counts can't be disputed, some of the charges. The attorneys for the 3 young women also made a statement today that they're looking for a prompt and just resolution. So now we have statements from the defense lawyers, we have statements from the attorneys for the women, and we haven't yet heard from the prosecutor as to what their intentions will be yet.
I've got a minute remaining in this interview. What should we be looking for in this very next step?
I think the next step at the pretrial, again, oftentimes it's just a meeting between the attorneys and often the judge. And in a case like this, it could be, well, it will be a lot more in depth, I would assume. And they might even go on the record with an additional court appearance at that time. That will be up to the judge and up to the court. These cases can take a long time to progress because there's a lot of details that need to be hammered out. Obviously, the case will end in one of 3 ways. Either the prosecution will simply dismiss, nobody expects that. The case will go to trial, or in the alternative, they'll reach some sort of agreement that's acceptable to all of the parties, and certainly acceptable to these 3 young women. The prosecutor will not make a decision without their consultation.
In our final 20 seconds, let me ask you, is prosecution trying to maneuver so that these 3 women don't have to testify and relive this publicly?
Generally, victims of crimes do not want to come in and testify and relive anything publicly, especially in a case like this where the crime occurred over a span of 10 years. So that's a big consideration for the prosecution.
Well, I appreciate you being with us, Attorney Ron Fry. He's criminal defense attorney here in Cleveland and a professor of forensics and criminal law at Ursuline College. We appreciate your wisdom and your standing by with us on this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leon.
Good to have you on the broadcast.